Fleetwood Mac, the Green Manalishi. This is the CVT guitar lesson for James. James, I think this is your first one. Standard tuning for this, and little fun fact for me, I thought Judas Priest wrote this. So, I'm assuming Fleetwood Mac did, but maybe they're covering it from someone, I'm not sure. Anyways, you wanted the guitar solo, it comes in at 2:57. Still wound up, it's a couple minutes solo. So there's a lot of riffs in here. 5 pages of tabs. Definitely want to up that reverb a little bit. Some cool techniques in here to learn. You know, the bends, holds, release off the bends with vibratos, alternate picking on some. Most of the fast stuff he's doing with downstrokes. But hammer pull-offs, just the works. Sliding, ascending, and descending. But let's jump in. What do you say? 2:57. Our first one is 15 on the B string. And with stuff like this, you know, if you end up getting more of CVT lessons and we communicate, I'll get better an idea where you're at. I don't know how deep your understanding is in running through some of these techniques, but we want to bend the 15 a whole step. That means 2 frets. So you're bending a D to an E basically. That's our target. So I backed out with a couple fingers, and once I hit the target, rest a second, and then I bring it down and use vibrato on it. It's kind of tricky to do the vibrato. But there's a lot of heavy vibrato. And then a pre-bend release with a vibrato. Pre-bend release means you go up to the whole step marker. In this case, it's 15 high E, an A note, which is, so we're starting with that, dropping it. Okay, then 12E, 15B, and then pre-bend 15B vibrato. Pretty tricky if you haven't done this. It's, love it though. So it's kind of, you got to know by feel that you're going to land on that whole step marker. Because when you do a bend, usually you hear the slur going up, right? Well, sometimes players, not a whole lot, they'll pick maybe the fretted note without bending, and then they'll bend it, then pick. And it just, the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. But 17 high E, bend, hold, release, vibrato. It's like falling off a cliff type thing. And then a little faster one here. You could downstroke this, or alternate pick, but it's 15, 17 E, 17, 15 B E. In other words, then go 17, 16 B G, 15 hammer 17 B. So it's a 8-note riff. You can actually, if you want to subgroup it and just get used to it, you can do it as a 4-note. And what that allows you to do, James, is decide what fingering you want to use as well as memorizing it. So you could go at 3rd and shift, or you can get the middle finger to handle the B, but you got to get that 3rd finger out of the way. So, and then, so that would be your 2nd riff. And then connect them. Then when you hit that hammer, pick, hammer, bend, release, pull off 15, hammer 17, pull 15. So it's 16G, 15 hammer 17B, vibrato, pull off to 15 vibrato. So we have okay. 3/12 timestamp. High E, fret 14. Hammer 15, pull 14. And then 17B. That's a good subgroup. I'm leaving the index because it's pulling off to it. And then go 15, 17B, 14E. So we have 17 pull 15B, and then 16G, 15B, bend vibrato. And you may want to get the middle and index for that. You can go. And then I'm going to adjust again and get my third finger there, and then it's bend release. 12B, 14G, bend release vibrato. 12, 14, 12, GDG, bend release. We're going to keep going though. 14, pull 12D to 14A, that's a cool riff. 12, hammer 14D, 12, 14G, bend. So we have after the 14G bend, go 12BE, 15B, bend vibrato. Matter of fact, as far as subgrouping and playing shorter riffs, those last 4 notes is a good one. It's one of the first ones I learned right out of E minor pentatonic. Experiment with fingering. 320 timestamp, unison bends. That's 15E, 18B. I'm going to back the B with the middle. Hit them both, but bend the B string. The same notes. If you hear waves, it means you're out of tune. When they're gone, you're right on pitch. And then 14E, pull off to 12. 15, 12, BE. 15, bend release, pull to 12 on the B. So we have. And then 14G, bend release, pull 12, hammer 14. Vibrato, 12, hammer 14, vibrato. Same thing on the D string. A, 10, 12A. So you have, let me see. On the A, 10 pick, hammer 12, pull 10, 12E slide. 12A, third finger, slide to 14, 12D vibrato. There's one subgroup. 14, 12, DG. And then 12, 11G, 14D. 12G, 14D 3 times, 15A, vibrato. Sounds like this. It's kind of cool. 12D, hammer 14. And then 12. We'll go to the top of page 3. 10D, vibrato. 12, pull 10, vibrato. 10, 12, pull 10. Slide to 9. And then pick 9, slide to 14. Vibrato. That sounds like this. Alright. From there, 337 timestamp, 12D, hammer 14. And then 12, 14G, bend. 15B. And then 14G, pre-bend, so we can hold it. And then vibrato. On the B string, 8, 7. And then 9G. On the E, 10, 9, 7. And I'd probably alternate pick this one. 10, 9, 7 E, so. And then 10B, bend release, pull off to 8. 9G vibrato. So here's that riff. Just approach them, you know, in chunks. 10, pull 7 on the high E, and then 10 vibrato. Pull 7, 10, pull 7, and then pick 7, 10, pull 7, 8-10, pull 8B, 9G. Here's that little format. 8-10B, bend. 10E, 10B, bend vibrato. So these riffs, just remember, there's so many notes in here, and I may be moving through them kind of quick. Your job's going to be to sit down and you can go from rest to rest in your tabs, or you can go shorter. It could be 2 notes, but just get used to the riffs as a whole, or as a piece. 8B, bend, hold, release. And then on the G you go 9. And then 7, hammer 9, pull 7 to 9D. On the D, 7, hammer 9, pull 7, 10A. So that sounds like this. Here it is slower. 7, pull 5, D, 7A. Oops. Alright, 5, hammer 7 on the A. 5, 7, D, vibrato. There's another riff for you. So, G, bend a half step, release, pull off to 5. Do that 4 times. Half step, 1 fret. So, see, so you'll go. Actually, that's on the D string. My bad. Seven G, slide 9, and then go to 7. And then 7, 6, 5 on the D. I'm in the wrong spot, ain't I? Let's back this up. Then we do the 9, 7 G. Then go. Hold on here. Yeah, 7, 6, 5, 7 on the D. Slide to 9, 7G twice vibrato. 353 timestamp, 7 hammer 9 G, 810 B, 9G. 810 B, slide to 12. 10E, 12B vibrato. Here's that run. $14G, we're going to bend. And then B, 12, 15, 12, 14G bend. That's a subgroup. 14, 12, 14, 14 on the G. Vibrato. On the high E, 15, 14. And then 12E, 15B, 14G bend. 14, 12G, 14D. So here's that. Oops. Missing it here. Top of page 4. 12D. And then on the A, 14, 13, 12, 10. And then 12 slide to 14. So it's... Okay. Double stop. This is barred 12th fret, G and B. 14D and back to 12GB. 14, 12, 14 on the G. Sounds like this. Triple lit, triple lit. 402 timestamp. Barred 10th fret, E and B. 1210B. 129G, 12D. Rest. Here it is. Okay, slower. Repeat it, but don't bar it. But end on 10A instead of 12D. So we have. Okay, and we keep going from there. 15B, bend, hold, pick, release. 12, 14, vibrato, G. 14, bend, vibrato. 15B, bend. 15E, same. 17, same. 2 times. Again with a pull off to 15. 17B twice, vibrato. So all those bends are. (17E) bend release, and then he does a, I call it a growl. He kind of hits them both and bends and releases them on the E and B. And then 17, 15, 17, B, E, B. So you have, pretty cool. 15B, 16G, slide to 14, to 12.